Alright, so in this video we'll cover the basics of profile optimization. So there are basically 7 checkpoints and you have to run them in order to optimize your profile. What happens when you optimize your profile? First thing is you gain a lot of trust in the industry. So you can see how many people have texted me over the last few days. It's just been like 4 to 5 weeks and I've been contacted by numerous number of people in my industry, gaining for an insight, questions, queries, and just thought in general. So what are the basics of profile optimization? So we'll start step by step. The first thing is going to be the picture. A face readable at the size it is actually seen a thumbnail. So right, so you have to be very intentional with your picture, with your profile picture. So you have to have your clear face on your profile. Otherwise, a lot of people are gonna get confused when they land on your page after you have received a view, right? So you have to understand, like, people coming into your profile, they have to go with less friction as possible, right? So they need to be able to see who is the person, right? So who is the person is going to be two things: your name and your profile picture. That's how they're going to know, okay, this is the guy, right? So you have to click a nice little picture of yourself, and that's where you begin. First thing. Second, name field, right? So people like to basically sometimes split their name into their niche as well. So I can write Ichit slash personal branding, and then I can have the full name there, right? So some people like to do that. If you are that person, go ahead, please do it. I like to keep my name just as is. Your username, make sure it doesn't have numbers. It doesn't like it is not like 16 letters long, right? So you have to make your name as short as possible, and full name works as well. So my name is Ichit Mahajan, and I was lucky, like my parents named me a pretty good, they had a pretty good name for me, so I got the full name like years ago, right? So if you cannot, like, if you cannot get your full name, if your name is, let's say, John, right? So try to use your last name so that you can get your unique username, or you can use dot, you can use um, dash, underscore, whatever works for you, but don't make it too messy, right? So you want to make sure that your name is not too messy. The bio, what you do, how you do it, and who is it for. So the third thing is, after doing these things, is making a clean bio, right? So your bio should be as clean as possible. What you do, I help people build personal brand. And who is it for people who are founders. And how you do it, to sell their expertise online, and this is the outcome. So they can sell their expertise online after they build their personal brand with me, right? And then how do they do it? They have to just click free content scaling roadmap, the one below, and this is the entry point for people who are coming down on my profile, right? So this is the entry of the funnel, this is the mouth of the funnel, the single CTA, right? So for me, it is growthdominion.net, which is my website. So once people like basically land here, they can extract their personalized roadmap to which is basically personalized to their offer and to their own niche, right? So it is not like a general roadmap that you can just pull off Google, right? So I had to work like 3 days straight to build this system. So you can just go up here, answer a few questions, and then just extract your personal roadmap, right? So this is the thing, you have to have a single CTA here. So whether you're using a DM funnel, meaning people DM you and then you qualify them over the DMs, it can be a setter, it can be a closer, whoever qualifies on your end. If you don't have that, well and fine. If you're doing as a solo entrepreneur, you can just ask them a few questions as a human being, like what are their goals with their like in your niche. If you're if you're like fitness coaching, what are their goals in fitness over the next few months, like 1-2 months. If they say like they're going from, they want to reduce their weight like 10 kg down the line, so you can definitely give them some kind of value, right? So you want to channel them into getting on a call, right? So you never have to have your Calendly call link just right there. You never place your Calendly booking link directly on the bio. That's the worst thing you can do, because then unqualified buyers are gonna come in your funnel and they're just gonna waste your time throughout the day, or your closer's time, whoever is taking the sales calls, right? Anyways, so the single CTA is the best thing. One link should be there. Some people do YouTube funnel, so they can send their viewer to YouTube so that they can be able to, educate themselves on your offer. So you will have offer based YouTube videos where you will be explaining your processes or your testimonials or how you do stuff and how you operate, right? So they will go deeper in the funnel. They'll get to know more about you or your process or your offer, right? The grid. So 9 tiles read as one image. So you have to understand, like when someone basically comes on your profile. So on the mobile app, it's gonna be like 3, right? So it's gonna be 9. So that's what you usually see. So these 9 pictures that come up first, they have to be like interlinked to each other. The colors should be interlinked. The formatting should be interlinked. Some things like in the picture, they should make deeper sense. Like they should not, first thing is never make them look AI. First thing is never use AI to make content, like content framing. Yes, you can definitely leverage AI into making some viral scripts. You can automate your business processes, right? But never just basically depend on AI for everything in your business. That's the worst thing you can do in 2026, because we are in a trust recession right now, right? So you have to be as human as possible. You have to show yourself out there. You have to show your face. You have to be as trustworthy as possible, and not just because it's 2026 and it's trust recession. It should be that way, right? Because humans buy from humans, right? So when you come online, you have to be as human as possible, but be the best version. That's the thing you have to do, right? So grid is pretty much clear here. The Reels tab. So I'm just going to show you the Reels tab as well. So Reels tab is the same thing. You have to be as uniform as possible. If you're shooting in the dark, you have to have some dark shots here. It should not be overlit like this thing. I'm feeling right now like this thing doesn't fit here. So maybe I'm going to change it, right? So you have to make sure like your whole grid is kind of aligned. So for me, for example, I like greens, I like blues, I like browns, right? So these things is usually what I show on my grid, because these are natural colors. You also have to see from the viewer's mindset that the colors that you use should be as natural as possible. It should not be out of this world, right? Unless you're that creator kind who's just making alien videos to just get viral. So if you're that, please get off the video right now, right? So you have to understand that. Let me see here. Okay. So the 3 pinned posts, right? So identity, mechanism, proof. So your 3 pinned posts on the starting of your grid should be who you are, meaning your story, right? So your my story reel should be there. Mechanism of how you help the people inside your program. If it's one-on-one, if it's done for you, if it's school, if it's a community based. So show how you help people, like what's your offer, right? And third, a real proof, a real testimonial from a real person that you helped. So best thing is to have one-on-one testimonial. I don't like using Zoom, but it totally depends. Like even sometimes Zoom calls, they do work. If you can get testimonials on Zoom call, if you can get testimonials like in person is usually the best, right? So these are the things that you need to. So here are the 7 steps that you need to do today, not tomorrow, today. You have to do these steps. If you're watching this video, once this video ends, you have to get off your screen and do these steps step by step. So it's picture, name field, bio, single CTA, the grid, the reel tab, and 3 pinned posts. The best thing that Instagram did recently was they offered you the option of rearranging your grid. So now it's pretty cool. You can just tap on your grid and you can just rearrange it. So if you have some things that are uniform in color, rearrange them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna make a lot of difference, believe me, right? So if you want to basically get this checklist, I have made this profile optimization template. It's in the description down below, so you can just click on the description link here, which will say the profile optimization template. Just click on that and you will get this whole PDF for you to read, go through. And then at the end of this PDF, there's a pretty cool 60-second audit you can do for yourself. Face is readable, shoulders up, eyes to the lens, clean background, right? So even if you are not looking at the lens, you can look away, but your face should be there, like your face should show in proper light, right? Same picture on every platform. This is also very good. I recommend using just one platform if you're just starting out, but if you're on different platforms, like multiple platforms, make sure that your image is uniform on all the platforms. You use the same image on YouTube, same image on Instagram, right? Or something similar, meaning same angle. The person should be able to see your face from that same angle. So if he sees a totally opposite angle, a top down angle, let's say, the viewer is gonna get confused, right? And it's just basically something that makes you uniform, I would say, right? It's just something that helps the viewer or the buyer to relate. So it should be relatable. Your presence should be relatable to different platforms as well, like if you're on YouTube and on Instagram, right? So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope that once you get off the screen after looking at this video, you go and you fix your profile right now. All right, see you on the next one.